Hey, and welcome, guys. This is just going to be a short little add-on to the video itself, or just videos. When I did this code right here for the firing rate and stuff like that, I had fire rate right here, which then it wouldn't evaluate and do all that other kind of cool stuff. I had the wrong value, and this needs to be 0. Because we're adding it up to here. If we just made it like this much, then it would be like really quick and it wouldn't do its purpose. But yeah, that's all you have to do for firing, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the only add-on that I wanted to show. And for the most part, I could show probably this as well. Is in Unity here we have our nice little profiler. Now before you go too much into detail, you'll see these spikes. These are a lot of, this is with 30 towers and about 60 some bullets in the scene. So there's a lot of actions going on. And what I'm thinking about doing is, you see this right here? This is like 0.7%. This is 11 calls just right here. And what I'm thinking about doing is, instead of using an actual physical bullet, I'm thinking about just having a particle go off for our cannon itself at the muzzle itself, and then just doing a ray cast. Because I think if I did a single ray for that, instead of this update that's happening like all this time, and you see how it's calling it and things. Well, we can get rid of a rigid body and a lot of other values by getting rid of the actual physical bullet and going with a shot instead, because we're gonna do a single frame, which one ray would probably be a lot cheaper, and two, we could probably throttle down the fire rate even more so on that, and just kind of fake like some of the shooting or whatnot. But I don't think the callback for the raycast hit would be too bad. I think it would actually be cheaper than this, because that's what a lot of this behavior is. And you see this physical processing. There's a lot of this little stuff with a lot of calls. Which that's 98% of this right now. There's scene, process, board, phase, island, and I haven't discovered what all these things are yet in depth. But what I'm betting is a few of these is my check. And see this collision task? It's got one call. So that isn't too bad, I guess. And two, if we got, here's the thing about the physical bullet thing, okay? If we get rid of this, then we get rid of an update that happens, okay? Because every single frame for that, we are going forward with our rigid body, which rigid bodies take, force and all that stuff, or translation, or however you want to do it. If we take out the bullet, then we actually take out the model in the world. All right. So that means our pooler goes from, like, I think I had 60 to like 80 bullets in the scene all at the same time. So we would get like 60 raycast, which, you know, would be spaced out between, you know, hey, is the tower going, and that, which might be a little bit more performant or not. You know, I mean, you have to experiment, but I'm thinking of getting away from this right here. You know, which could possibly. Now, I don't know why I've got a 2D call here. It goes physics 2D. I'm not even using anything that's 2D in the scene itself. Okay? Which is kind of dumb. And then here's our other spike. Well, physics processing report. Okay. Oh, here's another thing. These on collision trigger enter and exits. That's from the bullet that we're doing. And a lot of it is deactivating and activating a game object. So it's kind of like, it almost makes me feel that it would be better for me just to do a raycast. Because I would get rid of this right here. Okay? And rays, I can make them filter out. We can use filters really easy. I mean, I've basically already got a filter already for enemies. So we can reuse what we already have for a filter for our collision of our check thing. You know, and, you know, I mean, you could see this right here. Self, 44.1%. I got 400 and some calls. Oh, this will tell me how many bullets we had. Look, this is... I could. This is how many calls that I had for a bullet. For the collisions and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of them there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. They were pulled and everything, but that's 400 and some calls on my CPU that I could lessen up. And you and I both know that a ray, if it doesn't hit anything, it doesn't really, it's not as expensive as you would think. It's most of the time when you get the expense part is when you hit something and you get components and other things like that. So raycasting might be more beneficial for something like this, for like a machine gun or vice versa, and then use particles to, you know, for bullets. But yeah, and you get away from doing on, enable, and on, because this set kinematic right here, for some reason it's there, but in my actual physical bullet, I've already got it set to that. So I don't know why it's calling that so many times. But yeah, I mean, look, cannon update, puller. And then here's our enter and exit calls again. Another spike. It's in scripts. Trigger events. 76.6% in total. And 5 calls. And then we got our CD collection right there. But this is for every bullet too. I mean, look, it's all that stuff. So I could see the problem with it. But this is what you would be looking for in spikes and stuff too. Now we have these on trigger stay. Expensive. Yep. But like, look at this. Physics processing report isn't bad. I mean, yeah, it's kind of high on the MS time, but it's not something that I would worry about. This overhead, don't know what that is. It's kind of high as well. Texture cleanup. Well, like in the update behavior, these are all our turns right now. Which, as you could see, I had a lot of turns. Okay. But here's our other thing. is 0.5% of this process, was most of this. If we got rid of the bullet, we would get rid of half the processing for our update loops. So that's one of the things that I think probably will make it a lot less, is to get away from the pooled bullets that we're just going to be going bullet crazy with, and go, hey, can we use just array for this, or is there something else? It's kind of like if we had less cannons, then our bullets would probably be nothing. Okay, but I want to get more cannons in my game, so it's you kind of got to trade off. It's either you've got to get rid of some of your updates and limit your cannons to like less, okay, or use different types of bullets, to get more cannons, or just it's kind of that direction. Which one do you want? More cannons so that you can have more bullets, or less cannons or more bullets, blah blah blah. Because object pooling isn't going to solve this update problem right here, but that's just the way it is. So the rest of this is pretty low, but our biggest hit there. So let's go and look at something else. Let's go look at this big old spike right here. Okay, so most of this stuff is all from on collision and on trigger enter, which, like I said, if we did array, we could probably make this cheaper. Okay, just by shooting array. Because just as well as I do, like in our first person shooter, our raycast code, we can have like 5 or 10 weapons shooting all at the same time. It doesn't bother us a single bit. But for some reason, anything that deals with anything beyond that in a single frame, like enter and exit, is just really expensive frame wise. So, and here we go, pulled bullet, our cannon is, right below it. That's natural, we know about that. And our other spike, pulled bullet again, 9%. 9% of this update thing is our pulled bullet. That's one reason why I think we should get rid of the bullets. The physical bullets. Camera rendering, now, not much we can do about that. That's all graphic stuff, which, that's all up to your project. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, is testing out if ray casting would be cheaper for this particular instance, or is physical bullets just going to have to stay and we do something to the turret to make it less update-ish. Or another thing that we could do is make the bullets faster. If you make the bullets faster, the bullets get there faster, and you still get all your calls, but the thing about it is, if they're faster, then the pooler doesn't have to instantiate more of them. Okay, so it's kind of like it gets to its destination faster to collide, which then deactivates it, so other turrets can use that inactive one more. So that's probably something I'm going to try. But I just wanted to make this video and show you guys that small little fix that I made on the the targeting thing. I don't know what I was thinking on that and stuff, so that should work just fine now. So I tested it, it actually works, but yeah, I gooped. And the timer has to be outside of the angle. I had it right here, which is bad because it never counts down unless the angle is that. So it gets really, really long and it looks dumb. So take care, guys, and you know, I'm gonna do some more testing in the background, and you know, for some more optimization stuff, and see if we can't pump out some more frames. But take care, and hope these videos helped you, these last couple here. You know, that way, you know, you can pump out a little bit more out of your program, or you know, maybe you didn't know that some things were more expensive than others, but it's kind of more an advanced topic, so you know, to each its own, right? To each its own. So take care, guys, and peace, and I hope to see you in the next video. But like, hit, subscribe, share, you know, do the YouTube stuff. But peace to the east.